Kyle Busch will start first in the Daytona 500, but in his last race, he chose to slow down on purpose. Why would he do that before the biggest race of the year? Because this could be his best chance yet to finally win it. Kyle Busch is back on the front row at the Daytona 500, and this time he is not chasing headlines. He is chasing control. After securing the pole for the Daytona 500, Busch entered his duel race with a decision already made. He was not there to prove speed. He was not there to send a message. He was there to protect his race car. When the green flag dropped, he did something that once would have been unthinkable for a driver known as Rowdy. He eased back. He let the field surge ahead. He intentionally dropped to the rear of the pack. The outcome was simple. He finished 18th. Some people questioned his competitiveness. Some wondered about momentum. But inside the garage, the plan made sense. The Daytona 500 starting order was already locked in. He had the pole. The Duel could not improve his position. It could only put his car at risk. At Daytona International Speedway, cars race close together in big packs. One small mistake can cause a huge crash in seconds. Busch has been in those wrecks before. He has seen strong cars destroyed before the main race even begins. This time, he chose not to take that risk. As he enters his 21st attempt to win the Daytona 500, that decision means more. Busch is one of the top drivers of his era. He has won 2 Cup Series championships. He has won on short tracks, mile-and-a-half tracks, and road courses. He has captured major races and built an impressive career, but he has never won the Daytona 500. Among today's biggest stars, he now holds the longest active streak without a victory in this race. That absence shapes everything about this moment. The Daytona 500 is not just another race. It is the event that defines legacies. Drivers who win it are remembered differently. It opens doors. It silences critics. It completes careers. Busch has come close. He has led laps. He has positioned himself in contention. He has watched the opportunity vanish in crashes, mechanical failures, and late race chaos. Every February, the question returns. Will this finally be his year? Securing the pole offers more than track position. It offers clarity. Busch will lead the field to green. He will control the initial pace. Clean air will sit in front of him. The energy of the grandstands will focus on his car. For the first time in a long time, the narrative entering Sunday feels aligned with preparation rather than desperation. But starting first at Daytona is both an advantage and a burden. The draft quickly reorganizes the order. Lines form. Momentum shifts. Leaders become targets. Drivers behind push aggressively, searching for a lane to surge forward. The pole sitter must manage lanes without overcommitting. Blocking too aggressively can trigger disaster. Moving too cautiously can cost position. The first stage often becomes a chess match disguised as speed. Busch understands that balance better than most. Early in his career, aggression defined his identity. He would fight for every inch of track. He would force openings. He would challenge teammates and rivals alike. That approach earned victories and controversy in equal measure. Over time, experience reshaped his instincts. He learned that patience often produces better results than impulse, especially at superspeedways where the pack behaves like a single organism. His choice in the Duel showed how much he has grown. He saw the risk. He understood the bigger goal. Instead of racing hard just to prove something, he focused on protecting his car. Finishing 18th will not look impressive on paper, but that was never the point. The real win was keeping his main car safe. In today's NASCAR, teams spend months preparing for superspeedway races. Every small detail matters. The shape of the body, the airflow over the car. Tiny adjustments can change performance. If a team has to switch to a backup car, it can lose that edge. By staying out of trouble, Busch avoided that problem completely. There is also a personal side to this. This is his 21st try at winning the Daytona 500. That is more than just a number. It is a reminder that one big goal is still unfinished. For young drivers, the race is about chasing dreams. For someone like Busch, it is about time. Careers move fast. Seasons pass quickly. Chances do not last forever. Every February now feels more important than the last. Yet urgency cannot translate into recklessness. Daytona punishes desperation. Drivers who force moves too early often watch their hopes evaporate. Winning the 500 requires positioning late in the race when the final run forms. It requires awareness of partners in the draft. It requires restraint until the decisive moment arrives. Busch's team understands this. Communication on the radio during the duel reflected calm calculation rather than anxiety. They discussed staying clear of mid-pack turbulence. They focused on maintaining distance from potential incidents. There was no frustration about giving up positions. There was no debate about strategy. The plan was executed exactly as intended. Sunday will present a different challenge. Leading the field to green provides immediate visibility. Cameras will follow his car. Analysts will highlight the narrative of redemption. Competitors will test his line choice early. The outside lane may surge. The inside line may stall. Teammates and manufacturer allies will attempt to align for drafting support. Busch must navigate these dynamics without losing composure. The Daytona 500 often evolves in stages. The opening segment emphasizes rhythm and observation. Drivers study lane behavior. They evaluate how their cars respond in traffic. The middle stages frequently introduce attrition as risks increase. The closing laps transform into controlled chaos where alliances shift corner by corner. To win, Busch must survive each phase intact. Survival has not always been his strength at Daytona. Several previous attempts ended in multi-car accidents that unfolded beyond his control. Superspeedway racing reduces even elite drivers to participants in collective momentum. Avoiding wrecks demands anticipation. It requires reading airflow, body language, and subtle shifts in speed from dozens of cars simultaneously. This year, Busch appears more prepared to manage those variables. The discipline displayed in the duel signals a driver focused on outcome rather than optics. He is not chasing validation through aggression. He is building conditions for a late race opportunity. The psychological factor matters as well. Carrying the label of longest active winless streak among major stars can weigh heavily. Media narratives amplify each near miss. Social discussions frame the 500 as an elusive prize. Yet Busch has reached a stage in his career where external commentary holds less power. Championships provide security. Experience provides perspective. The Daytona 500 is a goal, but it is not the sole measure of his legacy. Still, adding it would change the conversation. It would erase the final question mark in an already accomplished career. It would place him among the champions who conquered every major milestone available to them. That possibility fuels preparation. The pole position also offers a subtle advantage beyond clean air. It grants control over pit stall selection. Strategic pit placement can influence efficiency during green flag cycles. At Daytona, where pit road entries occur in tight formation, a well-positioned stall reduces risk and improves exit timing. Small edges accumulate over 500 miles. His crew plays an equally vital role. Superspeedway races demand precision in fueling and tire changes because track position fluctuates rapidly. A slow stop can trap a driver in the wrong drafting group. A clean stop can place him with stronger partners. Coordination between driver and crew chief becomes constant throughout the event. As the green flag approaches, anticipation will intensify. Busch will sit in his car, knowing that patience defined his preparation. He will reflect on the decision to step aside during the duel. That restraint symbolizes growth. It symbolizes recognition that the only lap that truly matters is the final one. When the race begins, adrenaline will surge regardless of preparation. The field will accelerate toward turn 1 in a compressed formation. Busch must hold his line without overreacting to pressure from behind. If he can manage the early laps cleanly, the race will begin to settle into rhythm. From there, everything comes down to the final stretch. The Daytona 500 never follows a clean script. Late cautions bunch the field. Restarts turn calm races into chaos. Fuel strategy becomes a gamble. Alliances form and disappear in seconds. Busch has to stay flexible, reading the draft and choosing the right partners at the right time. If he reaches the final 10 laps in position, the storyline changes instantly. The winless streak stops mattering. It becomes about timing and instinct. At Daytona, one decision about which lane to follow can decide everything. Victory and heartbreak are often separated by inches. This year feels different because of control. Protecting the car in the Duel showed discipline. It proved he understands that Daytona rewards patience more than aggression. When the engines fire, Busch will lead the field with experience behind him and a clean car beneath him. 20 attempts have shaped this moment. The trophy is still missing, but the preparation is not. Now it comes down to execution. At Daytona, that is all that ever matters.